Welcome back to Wayne Christian, the only Christian in the Texas House, and we're here today to kind of acquaint you with another program of what's going on right now in your Texas state capitol. We're in the office here in the Capitol Dome, ready to kind of talk on an issue this week that's voter ID and maybe many other things that might come along as we progress. But we welcome you and look forward to sharing with you as we do each and every week here from the state capitol. What has just come out of the Senate, and I have in my hand what right now is being debated as we speak, is currently going to be great for the citizens of the state of Texas to protect our rights to vote. Let me give you some highlights here. As filed in the Senate currently, the measure will require Texans to show a photo ID, a valid photo ID, such as a driver's license, state-issued ID card, a military ID, or a passport to vote starting in 2012. The measure is more stringent than the 2009 bill we had, which would have allowed either an ID photo or two forms of non-photo. This is more stringent. Current law, remember, requires no proof for people to vote. It's also tougher than photo IDs on the books in 8 other states, including Georgia and Indiana. Similar laws in those 2 states have withstood legal challenges, and the model is being used here in Texas. You've got to remember, folks, what's logical many times to we as voters and to representatives and senators may not hold up in court, so ours has already been proven as it now stands in the Senate. Final approval of voter ID is expected by the end of this week. Governor Perry has declared voter ID as an emergency issue fast track for this session for the House and the Senate. I, quite frankly, was unsuccessful in passing an amendment to our House rules that would have brought voter ID to an immediate consideration as a committee of the whole of the House. I was voted down quite heavily. I believe the people of Texas have debated this topic. I believe the citizens of Texas and the voters have been looking at this for years, and we're ready for voter ID. But the balance of the members of the Texas House didn't agree with me and want the bill to come from the Senate and go through the regular committee process with testimony, which I'm concerned will take too much time. Quite frankly, my voters are ready for voter ID right now. You know, looking at the rules for the bill before the Texas Senate today, and again, this is going to be adjusted perhaps in days ahead. I hope not, but is open to it in the committee hearings in the Texas House. The next step for the bill is to obtain final passage in the Senate and be kicked over to the Texas House, where it will be assigned to the House Committee on Elections. Voter ID strikes at the very heart of our free and democratic society. The integrity of Texas elections is too important, again, to be held hostage by last-minute political maneuvering such as happened in the last legislative session. And I remember being here, folks, whenever we had 5 days of filibuster called chubbing in the Texas House to kill voter ID by the Democrat minority group. I commend the Texas Senate for taking these steps. I commend the governor and the lieutenant governor for leading the way. And I hope that you'll see and put pressure on us in the Texas House in days ahead that we will pass historically strong, legislative solid voter ID for voters in the state of Texas. The right to vote has been defended for too many years by those of our neighbors, our friends, and our family, many who have given their lives in military service to defend this right to vote. It's not an item to be taken lightly, and I hope that you will support us in making sure this keeps a strong voter ID in the state of Texas. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. Look forward to being back with you next week, or maybe some emergency that might come up, a special broadcast. But we are honored you'd take the time to tune in. Give us a call, email us, let us know what some of the ideas that you think we need to improve or some of the issues you might want to hear. This is Wayne Christian from your state capitol. Thanks a lot, and see you next week.